All right. I wanted to go ahead and do a live review of Runway ML Gen 4 because Runway has been kicking up some heat lately, and we've been seeing a lot of AIs, a lot of AI video generators do a lot, but Runway ML Gen 4 is probably going to be something game changers. They've been doing like video to video where it has different styles, where they have it restyled, but this right here may be on a totally different level than before. So I'm actually interested to see what they have in store for us. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this.
I'm Jamie.
And today we're very excited to announce and release Gen 4, our most powerful AI model ever.
Alright everybody, it looks like I found this specimen, but should I just grab it?
Seeing double.
Gen 4 sets a completely new standard for both image and video generation, and it's the first model ever that we're putting out that achieves world consistency. That means that you can create consistent worlds with consistent environments, objects, location, and characters.
This image right here, this random image that I just selected by pausing the screen, can you tell that this is not like a movie or something? Like, where do you see the distortion at? Even look at the shading. Like, it's a fireplace to her right, my left, looking at this person, and you can clearly see like how it is illuminating her face. And they just said that it's going to be character consistency. So this means that you're going to be able to have a character consistently throughout Runway ML when you're generating videos. At least that's what I think they're going and moving towards. But let's check this out.
When you can do that, you can start to tell longer form narrative content with actual continuity. You can generate the same characters, the same objects, the same locations across different scenarios. So you can block your scenes and tell your stories with intention over and over and over again.
It's been very fun to design and develop Gen 4 for the last couple of months and see what the model is really capable of doing. We believe that the best demonstration of Gen 4 as a creative tool is in the stories that can be told using the model.
We also put together a series of short films and experiments to showcase what you're capable of doing with Gen 4.
So now we want to show you the behind the scenes of how those films were made so you can understand how powerful this model is for creating stories with consistent environments.
Let's get into it. The first short we're going to take a look at is The Lonely Little Flame. It's actually a story that our director has been wanting to tell for over a decade, but never had the means to do so. With Gen 4, they were able to tell this story of a lonely little flame who just couldn't find a friend.
I love this film.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
The opening shot is really interesting because it kind of like sets the tone and the feeling and the mood for the story itself.
Yeah, and this scene's really all about this skunk searching for something. And with Gen 4, you can actually direct the subject across the scene. So you'll see we give the skunk 2 marks.
So in this case, we wanted the skunk to go first in this side and then return, making it feel like he's looking for something. And you can see that throughout the scene is the same character with the same light, with the same mood, with the same condition. And here we're introducing the character, the protagonist, right?
Yeah, again, like all great animation, you see so much
It's crazy that you can even direct this video footage to be directed in however way you want it to be directed in. I'm not sure if this is just on my screen or something, but no, it doesn't seem like it's like a downward arrow in the right eye. It's left eye. When you're looking at it, it's right eye. It's like a downward arrow. Do you see that? Is it just me? But it's still pretty good to see that you have this character consistency throughout the film. Not only that, you can direct the movement. That's pretty advanced. It's like kind of overpowered if you ask me.
expressiveness in the way that not only the characters are designed with the model, but also moving within these scenes. Okay, so what we just saw was a really great example of character consistency, bringing those same characters across different scenes, different lighting conditions, with different emotions and actions being directed. But you can also just take objects from the real world. So we have a little toy.
Now, I don't even know if they spent enough time on that one. Because not only did they do the skunk that had character consistency, but the flame as well. Even the rock had character consistency. Why didn't they talk about that more? The flame, which was the main character of the film, at least from the story perspective, right, was still a flame. It was even the same type of flame. Let me back it up a little bit.
The characters are designed with the model, all great animation. You see so much expressiveness in the way that not only the characters are designed with the model, but also moving within these scenes. Okay, so what we just saw was a really great example of
It was kinda like why it seemed like they skipped something right there, but I guess they maybe make for just better content. But as you saw with the flame, it
expressiveness in
just
the way
went
that
back
not
on
only the
there.
characters are designed.
Dang, it even got the feet. That's really good detail, but also with the feet, you can still tell that it's like a line going down the middle of like the leg, so you know it's like the same skunk.
With the model, but also moving within.
Look, even with the flame enveloping it and stuff like that, even how the lighting is on the skunk's kind of eyes and face when it's being like covered by flames, which sounds kind of insane, but it still looks pretty good. It still looks pretty good if you ask me. But geez, this is where we're at right now.
These scenes.
Look at this. That's pretty consistent. If you saw throughout the whole short film, this flame was basically the same. It's basically like a small pebble or something at this point. It's like less like a flame is more like a molten lava rock. That's what it looks like at least.
Okay, so what we just saw was a really great example of character consistency, bringing those same characters across different scenes, different lighting conditions, with different emotions and actions being directed. But you can also just take objects from the real world. So we have a little toy here. We're going to take a photo of it, and then you can basically bring that photo of this toy into Gen 4 and then bring it into any environment you want.
So I'm going to do a kind of little demo here. I'm just going to take a picture of this particular object that we have here. Again, just from my phone. So you'll see it come here. I'll do that. And then what I'll do is I'll take that picture and I'll run it through a set of different environments. So now that we have that picture, I'll just drag that into Gen 4 over here as my reference. And I'll also use this photo of New York that I took a couple days ago. And now I'm going to type the kind of composition that I want. So in this case, I want this wooden toy, maybe leaning or next to the sidewalk of the street in New York City. Now, Gen-4 is combining those references, and there we go. We have 4 initial images that we can browse and select. I kind of like this one, so it's animated. Maybe I want people kind of like coming in front of the toy. And now you can see how we get the motion and the animation that I required, both with the toy and the city I use as a reference. And of course, you can do this with any location. So we can take the toy to perhaps the mountains. We can bury it on the desert. Basically, you can do with it whatever you want.
I'm just gonna go so crazy with memes. If you know, you know. But think about when it comes to like political people that's happening in the media, you can just put these images inside of Runway or something. Especially like as people have been vandalizing these Teslas. Think about somebody just wanted to make a meme about like how trash it was and like have a whole bunch of trash being dropped on it or something. That's gonna really change the game.
Having just seen that, want to show off the next piece.
You out there, boy. Harlan, I don't like killing cows, but if I have to kill every last one of them, that would be worth it.
Yeah, a lot of drama, a lot of mystery, someone being pursued. We don't know why.
I don't like killing cows.
So let's pause right here. This is a shot I really like. I don't know if you noticed, but we can actually see the reflection.
Yeah, you can see the reflection of this person. It seems like the reflection doesn't really match. If you look at really close, it doesn't really match what's happening. It seems like The cow's reflection in his pupils, it looks like it's the guy's inside of a house. Let me rewind a little bit, making sure he's not inside of a house.
Right here, this is a shot I really
I don't like.
Right?
A lot of mystery, someone being pursued. We don't know why.
Right? He's outside. Right? And nothing behind him and stuff
I
like
don't
that.
like killing
But you can clearly see, like, what the heck is that inside the eyeball?
cows.
So let's pause.
I'm not taking anything away from Runway, Gen-4, but that is a defect or an issue with the AI. There's nothing wrong with that because we're still like pretty far along for it to even have a reflection, and it's like glossy and everything. So I don't want to take that away, but I don't want to just be giving compliments out for everything, you know?
Right here, this is a shot I really like. I don't know if you noticed, but we can actually see the reflection of the character in the eye of the cow.
Okay, this moment right here. This does it for me. This is it's so lifelike, so realistic. The physics here as the fire catches across.
That is actually pretty good. Like for the fire to be going, it doesn't seem like it's like some type of overlay. You know, a lot of times you have like fire assets or something back when green screen was a huge thing, was a big deal, where it was like, oh, I'm a green screen fire, and it's like the person's not on fire, but the whole like display is on fire. It's kind of funny, but this is actually realistic. This actually seems like movie level CGI VFX.
Across the grass. You're
Not even just VFX, but it seems like realistic fire.
still nice and dark over here and in the back, but you're getting this nice fall off.
Yeah.
Super realistic.
So the really interesting thing about Gen 4 is that you can use consistent characters and objects and environments all across your scenes. So in this case, we can start with a character, with design, with cast. We can use another character and environment to basically create the mood, the look and feel, how the character would want to look. You can create a net new image out of that. And then you can branch again out of that image. So you can prompt the model for different shots, different angles, or maybe some changes on how you want that person, that object, or that environment to react, which is really powerful because you can take anything from real images to generated. You can look at anything around you and use it as a prop, either for the characters, the environments, or the objects that are in your shots.
Okay, so this next one is called New York is a Zoo. And it's a really great showcase of the visual effects capabilities of Gen 4.
And this is combining real photos we took of New York, different parts of the city, and then we're taking real photos of animals and we're basically merging those together to get all these interesting compositions of animals in impossible locations.
Yeah, and it also is a clear demonstration of its understanding of physics, the weight of these animals, how they move across surfaces, the way they interact with those surfaces.
It's so fun to make this because, like, again, you're making this in just a couple of hours, and it feels like very addictive to be able to get your ideas out of your head really fast by having the model that can understand or be your creative partner in a way. I think one of the most powerful and fun things about Gen 4 is that it allows you to combine anything with everything that you want.
Well, sometimes it starts with one image. The next video that we're going to show started with a generation of a monkey in a white studio space, and from there just snowballed into a music video that we created. So let's go check that out now.
Monkey see, monkey do.
Before they get to this one, that actually does seem pretty cool. But before they get to this, I do want to also say, like, it's crazy that just by adding like realistic photos into it, they were able to already get to the point where they can just have elephants in there, snakes in there. I don't really like snakes too much, but it was still cool to just like be like, oh, I just need this reference of a snake, and then I'll just go ahead and add this into the actual video. But look at this. That beat was kind of hard though.
Monkey see,
Yeah.
monkey do.
Hmm. And that monkey off beat. That monkey off beat. That's all I wanted to say. I don't know what he dancing to, but he ain't dancing to the same beat that we're listening to.
Monkey see.
There, just
The intro was kind of hard. The intro kind of seemed like a Runway commercial, like a Calvin Klein type of commercial.
snowballed into a music video that we created. So let's go check that out now.
Monkey see, monkey do.
I hope by now you get a better sense of how powerful and fun Gen 4 is to make everything from consistent worlds to characters, locations in ways that it couldn't do before. Gen 4 is now available to all of our paid users and enterprise customers.
Scene references for consistency with character, locations, and objects will be coming soon.
Hold on, what he said in right
Objects will be coming soon. For
Now available to all of our paid users and enterprise customers.
Scene references for consistency with character, locations, and objects will be coming soon.
there? Oh, okay. So I think he was saying that Gen 4 in general, like how great Gen 4 is already available, but like how having consistent environments, even how they took a picture of the guy, that's going to be coming later. There's not a problem, like, the fact that they're showing us this and it's about to be rolled out to us, that's pretty good.